So I was reflecting on the last video that I made, and I was talking about how I had all these goals and ambitions for 2024, and how that this year was going to be completely different than any year that in like any previous year. And I realized that the problem with the previous years and why I wasn't like completing any of my goals was because I was just waiting around for the best time for me to do them instead of just getting to work and working with what I had. For example, I've always wanted to create content on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. And in high school, for example, I used the excuse that, oh, I didn't want my friends to see it, so I'll just wait till I'm out of high school. And once I get to college, then I'll start pumping out content and I'll really start to work hard on it because I won't have anybody judging me. But when I got to college, nothing really changed because the people who used to follow me didn't just unfollow me because we left, and I still saw them every month and a half to 2 months. They didn't just disappear from my life, and my old life didn't just stop and a new one began. I just moved from home. And I realized that I said I was going to start in college, and here I am just going through college day by day, just like I did in high school, not changing at all. And that's not at all what my younger self had in store for me, or what I thought I had in store for me. And the best thing I ever did was just create a new account, start fresh, and then just go for it. Looking back at my old profile, or at my new profile, the first videos that I made last semester, they got like 50 to 60 views. And like, while it was a little bit demoralizing, I was still finally doing what I wanted to do all those years in high school, and what I always thought I would get made fun of for. And instead of getting made fun of for them, for what I was doing, I actually found a lot of really good people in college and people on the internet who were just like, damn, like I really like this content and I've always wanted to start, and you've inspired me to start as well. And you just build off that motivation and you continue to go up and up and up. And you realize that you should have just started sooner, because in retrospect, there's no reason why you shouldn't have. Whether they make fun of you or not, you're going to go to college in a year, so why wouldn't you have started then? You wouldn't have had to deal with any of their shit. You could have just brushed it off and they would have forgotten about it in a day and it would have been over with. And a lot of people from my old school, or from my high school, have found my content now, and they're actually like liking and following and commenting and supporting me. And it's just kind of putting all of my previous like fears to bed and realizing that they were all stupid and they were just not necessary. And I've applied that to a lot of other things in life. I still am very introverted, but now in college, I've realized that if you don't go out and try to make friends and meet new people, it's not going to happen. They're not just going to come up to you and be your best friend. You really need to put yourself out there. And since I've started doing that, I've met a lot of really amazing people. And that this principle and lesson can go hand in hand with like literally every single thing in your life. If you want to get bigger, just start going to the gym. It doesn't matter. You can start with like a half-hour workout. It's just the habit in your brain. You're like, okay, I went to the gym today. Even if it was just for a half hour, you still went, and you still ingrain that habit of repetition over day and day and day, that you went there. You kind of connect that place with feeling good after and feeling like you did something. And I'm acting like I'm perfect, and I'm very much not. I said that I was going to work out and I was going to reach all these fitness goals at the beginning of last semester, and starting this semester I was looking back at them and I realized that I've only really met 2 out of like 10 goals. And it was a little disappointing, but it also was kind of eye-opening in realizing that like I really need to just do it. And no matter how tired I feel, I just need to just get up and just go. Like, even if I'm just even if I just go for like a 15-minute run, or I do 100 push-ups in my room. It doesn't even have to be at the gym. but just getting that like activity in your head and realizing how good you feel after you're doing it. And obviously I'm using the gym as an example, and that doesn't apply to everybody, but use this same formula kind of with other things in your life. You want to start creating content, just make a new account, make it so that none of your, like, it doesn't suggest your account to your contacts, and then nobody you know will ever be able to see your content unless it comes across on the explore page later on. That way you can make your content without having to worry about the judgment of people that you actually know. And there you go. That's problem solved for you. If you want to start eating healthier, like, yeah, that's hard if you have ingrained habits that you've been doing for years and years. Just start small. Instead of having juice at dinner, have water, you know? Or instead of putting a bunch of sauce on something, substitute that for either just a little bit less sauce or like a sugar-free sauce. Like, these are stupid examples, but it's like the same application, if you get me. And you just need to start. Like, that's the moral of this whole video. Like, you just need to start. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, wait till the new year, then I'll start then, because it's a fresh starting point. But it doesn't have to be a completely new year. It doesn't have to be a completely new big number at the end of the date. You can start on Monday, or on the first day of the month, or the first day of the week, or something like that. Monday. But you get what I mean? It doesn't need to be this whole new year. Like, you don't have to wait 3 months and then I'll start going. Just start Monday, or I'll start this afternoon. Like, you need to pick a starting point, and then you need to lay things out. And I talked about a habit tracker in my past video, and I can make a video solely on that, but that has made my life so much better because I've been able to see my progress, whether I had a bad day or whether I had a good day. And the good days are like, wow, like I really got a lot done, and you kind of connect that, like, the high point with all the stuff that you got done with how you're feeling. You feel good that you got all that stuff done. I felt good that I read a bunch of books, I drank a lot of water, I worked out, I went for a run. Whatever your personal goals are, they feel really good when you check them off. And that's kind of like, you need to get it started. And one of the best ways to get started is by scheduling out things, because if you schedule something out, it's much harder to miss. If you say that you're going to do homework tonight, but then you don't schedule it out, you don't set a time for yourself, then you're just going to be like, oh, I'll do it in the next hour, I'll do it in the next hour, I'll do it in 35 minutes, and it just keeps going on and going on until it's 10 o'clock at night and you're like, damn, I'm tired, I just want to go to bed. You need to just get started, 2, set a schedule for yourself, and 3, just get going. You know what I mean? Like, that's the same as just get started, but just getting started is one thing, but then like actually getting up and doing it, rather than just like setting a goal for yourself, planning it out, setting a time for it, and then actually getting up and doing it. You just need to get up and do it. And you can start small and eventually work up to your idea or your ideal action of that goal, but you just need to start. And that's the best way that you're going to be able to make this year the year that you want it every year before this to be. That's the only way. That's like the best piece of advice that I've ever been given from anybody, is to just get started.